This is where the fun begins.
I have fought the worst of all wars and witnessed the redemption of evil. I have seen balance restored to the Force. But order can turn to chaos, as it did when I was born. Now, with my loved ones and my loyal allies, I face a new challenge unlike any before. And I'm not sure this time we can win.
Star Wars Vector Prime by R.A. Salvatore, the first novel of the new Jedi Order.
Let's see here. Hello, everyone. I think I turned down my mic and I can't hear. I have headset. Can you guys hear me? And good morning. I just can't hear feedback on my end. Let's see here. Can you guys hear me? Put a Y in the chat for me if you can. Am I muted? Let me see here. I think I got it now. There you go. I was pressing the wrong button here. So good morning, you guys. How are you guys doing? Can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me now? Feel like I'm a damn commercial here. Can you hear me now? Yes, thank you. All right. I'm using my headsets and I'm going to come on in view here. So good morning, everybody. I'm using my headsets that I use to train when I do online yoga. And so I thought, oh, wow, it'd be great to use for my live stream. And so I'm still getting used to the dynamics of the volume on my end for streaming versus the live stream or versus Zoom. And here we go. So hello. So hopefully you guys can hear me. And I see a Y in the chat. Hello, you guys. Good morning and welcome to Coffee Chat. I am so happy to be here with you guys. It's been a quick minute. I was knocked down. Well, initially I was going to take the time from live streaming to get ready to teach at a Native American Women Wellness Conference. I was a speaker and a instructor teaching yoga there and speaking as well. And I ended up getting my ass knocked down with a friggin' sinusitis type cold where it took my voice away from me, made me feel like crap, no energy whatsoever. I ended up being on spacing that night, Friday night, when I got sick. And after that, I was down. I was out for the count. My voice, everything. I was no good. I had to even cancel my my appearance because of that. So here I am. I'm happy to be here. My voice is starting to come back. Still a bit raspy, so I apologize if I kind of sound mannish, manly, or whatever you want to call that. No disrespect to the guys in the chat here. Just sounds weird coming from me sounding that way. So let's see who's here. I've seen that I have people waiting here for me. I started late because I had an important meeting that I had to do this morning. And so I thought I'd just push back the time instead of canceling time with you guys. So let's see here. First of all, if you haven't had a chance to vote for your favorite female Sith. I used 4 popular ones again because, because that they're easier to recognize, I guess you could say. And so I have Darth Zana. She's at 61 right now. Lumaya is 11. Vistara Kai, 11. And Darth Talon is 17%, which I find kind of odd. I thought that she would, Darth Talon would be in the lead, but obviously not. So we'll keep this up for a whole hour and we'll also discuss them as well. Who's your favorite? We already know the chat's favorite basically, but if you have another female Sith that is not on there, like I said, I can only use 4, then let me know in the chat. So caffeinated wolf. Geez, can't even talk either. Woof. Sorry about that, Andrew. Darth Zana isn't just one of my favorite female Sith. She's one of my all-time favorite Star Wars characters, period. Thank you for sharing. And then Darmont, hello there. How you doing? And then Jock Nerdy. I'm so glad that you're back on social media and that taking time from social media does a person good as well, does a mental state good as well. So I'm so glad that you had the time to take for yourself and that you are back with us. And so that's great. Let's see here. Some chatting going on here. No politics, please. No. We don't really necessarily talk politics here. That's not the focus of this channel. So no worries. If it's politic related, it'd be more or less like Star Wars and stuff. I did talk a little bit about Disney versus state of Florida a little bit last time, I believe, but it was like in short. And then Matt G, what's up? What's up, Matt G? And Soul Assassin. Damn, that's a hard choice to make. I'll go with Darth Zana. Now I gotta find the most cringiest Star Wars article for making her choose between Zana and Talon. I'm in for it now. He likes to set me off. He does. He knows how to do that well. But he's a great mod, and much respect to my Vato. Raging Rhino, Zana is taking it overwhelmingly. She's taking it overwhelmingly. That kind of sounds, a bit edgy. And I'll just say that. Let's see here. Zagharat 315. And I think my voice is not going to last with you guys today. But just bear with me. And again, I didn't ask the most important question of the morning or my morning. What is in your mug today? What are you enjoying your beverage? Let's see here. Good morning, Alora. I don't know any of these female Siths. Well, hopefully if you stick around, you'll learn a little bit because we will discuss them. Today is May the how do they say this? Today's saying is like I don't know. I don't keep too privy, or I don't keep up too much of these Star Wars sayings for the month of May. I know that that's a lot of meme, like these are just meme days, and May the 4th is not actual Star Wars days. And someone really got after me for that yesterday, and I don't care. The thing is, it's not Star Wars Day. It never has been. It's just a meme day, a saying that was made up. And yeah. And so people run with it, and that's fine. Do you, and go with that. But it's not the actual Star Wars Day. It's not Star Wars Day at all. And then Zagharat 315, hello again. Let me see here. And we have Bato, hello there, everyone. And alt-right, alt-right, hey, Jedi Bunny. Hell, Jedi Bunny. Hey, hello, how are you? Let's see here. There it is. Happy Revenge of the 5th. There you go. See, I'm not privy to some of these sayings. I don't keep up too much with it. Hey, Raging Rhino, what's up? I will be on his channel next Thursday. We're going to discuss the Kenobi novel and everything surrounding that and the lore behind Obi-Wan Kenobi in the original lore. And probably we'll go on to talk about the series that's coming up too as well. So stay tuned for that. That is, I think, 7:15-ish my time, Pacific Standard Time. So stay tuned for that, and I will share more information with you guys on Twitter and in my community page here. So I look forward to that. There is going to be myself, and I haven't been on a panel with her a while. I haven't really talked with her in a while, and I know she's doing good and great. She's a wonderful person. Matt Wilkins, which I haven't talked to in a while as well. I haven't checked on him. I need to text him and see how he's doing. And then of course, Raging, because he's the host, and Ryan Kennel too. So it's going to be a heavy hitter there when it comes to EU people. And so thank you, Rhino, for including me. I appreciate that so much. Let's see here. And then we have Ancient One here as well. And you guys hit the like button. Let's see here. All the wise, thank you guys. I just freaked out because I'm still learning how to use this pertaining to this type of platform versus Zoom. So it's different. Let's see here. And who else do I have coming in before we move on here? Let's see here. And thank you guys. And I am I don't know how to pronounce that, so I'm gonna call you Sai. I noticed that Transformers Energon made a Star Wars reference with the first fight between Optimus and Galvatron. I heard about that. I didn't watch it to see, but I heard about that. And Phil, what's up? How are you doing? And Becky is here. Kind of different, starting at 9:30 versus 9. You guys were poised and ready to go, and I appreciate that. That's awesome, coming into a crowd instead of having people jump on and stuff before we get started. So thank you guys. Great energy, great energy. And then Christopher Barker, again, I always think about my grandma's cousin Bob Barker, who was the host of The Price is Right, and I'm not joking with you, they're cousins. Hey Alora, a Disney shill tried me, but what about the line, he's more machine than man? Oh, they try to say, well, Obi-Wan needs to find out how. There's many ways. A rematch is not the way. And it's not an excuse. In Kenobi, and again, I just announced this, but I will just talk about a little bit right now. In Kenobi, we find out that no, it's not Kenobi. I take that back. It's Dark Lord, Rise of Darth Vader. He finds out how Anakin or Vader survives through the HoloNet. So news. And so that's just a way, a non-continuity breaking type of, I guess you could say, lore or sequence that won't compromise. So there you go. And that was like a mouthful. I probably said more than I should right there, and I'm sorry. I'm still recovering. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And let's see here, CJR 1984. I don't recall the characters too well, so I will have to vote Talon based on which I find the most attractive. Hey, you know what? Majority of them are very attractive. Like Lumaya, she was at once a love interest of Luke Skywalker. Yep. Before this Lumaya transformation and stuff. She was already working for Vader at the time, before she became Lumaya. So there's a lot of history behind that one as well. But all of these, I think, guys particularly are those who like women will understand. And I think I could still look at a woman and say, oh yeah, she is attractive. I could see what yours. Doesn't mean I want her. It just means I am complimenting her, that I am adoring like her efforts to keep herself fit, whatever, keeping herself tidy, keeping herself well kept, whatever. I can appreciate that. I can. So there you go. So a lot of guys here can probably agree that Sith women are probably the hottest in Star Wars. And Kek, how you doing? Thank you for joining. And let's see here. Yeah, Zana can get overwhelmingly. And to see right here. Enough said right there. Enough said. Yeah, so let's see here. I'm going to scroll down now since I said that. And then tomorrow's supposed to be the return of the Sith. Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I haven't really kept much of that. I just, May the 4th is just the easiest one. And it's like, I get fans love Star Wars so much that this happens, right? And have fun with it. Just know that these aren't Star Wars days. The real Star Wars day is May 25th, which I am going to try to do a special live stream during that day since my channel is about George Lucas Star Wars. So May 25th is a Wednesday. So it's a day before coffee chat. So let me see what I want. I will let you guys know. And if you guys have any suggestions on what you want to talk about or where do you want to see and stuff, just let me know in the chat. But I'm thinking May 25th, I will do a live stream as well. Let's see here. Not a mug or a glass or anything right now, as I have only just got home from work. There you go. When you settle in, pour yourself a nice cold one and relax. Let's see here. Obi-Wan is coming out 2 days after Star Wars Day. Yeah, they changed the time frame on that, which I thought, well, okay, that's your choice, whatever. The Sentinel. That way you can get actual anniversary of May 25th, the anniversary of all the prequel movies, and the anniversary of the original trilogy anniversaries, etc. Yeah, not all of them were out on the same day, but most of them were. Yes, Raging, it's going to be awesome. I can't wait. And thank you. Let's see here. Oh, and I'm just having fun talking with you guys and going through the chat before we get into our topics. But I have merch out. I discontinued, like I announced earlier, I discontinued the Legends Girl. I think I've outgrown that. I don't really. Before, my thing was buy Legends to let Disney know what we want, right? Well, now I've changed my stance. My stance, I guess you could say, matured from that to where buy non-Legends, get all the classics without the label, and don't even, and add to your collection, blah, blah, blah. So I stepped away from that Legends Girl kind of take. Just honor all pre-Disney published materials. So that means like EU that has Legends label. If you absolutely can avoid getting an EU book without the label, I will help, I can help you with that, and I recommend that. But this is one of my merch here. Not that and so because I discontinued, I added new merch. This is the small sticker, I believe. Yeah, I got the small stickers. And this is the painting that you see behind me. There we go. That you see behind me. And I went ahead and just edited it to fit on a sticker and fit in merch. So there you go. So you can get merch here. And I'm thinking about using the stickers as I'm thinking about doing a Patreon and doing a Patreon mailing. It'll be my art plus Star Wars. So like if you're a channel member, or if you're part of, if you're a subscriber, you can be a part of my Patreon, in which you will get a lot more content when it comes to art, but also Star Wars as well. And so I would send out little care packages depending on your tier that you're in, and include stickers like this. So there you go. I'm super excited about that. And so you see the difference. I got to edit the lightsabers so they're longer, so you don't have, them chopped off at the top there. And you can get this in t-shirts. You can get this on your mug, which I was hoping I would have the mug by now, but I don't. I got the stickers first. And so once I get the mug, you'll be seeing me sipping with that in my hand for coffee chat. So I'm thinking about doing a Patreon to support my art, but also to support this channel. So I got to figure out how I'm going to blend that. There's a cool comic called Luke Skywalker's Walkabout. It's where Obi-Wan and Luke first met. Is that, I have to look into that. Is that, I don't recall the name of that, but I'm still going through. I didn't really live my Star Wars experience growing up through the comics. So I'm still getting used to some of the titles and some of the stories. So is that Legends or no? Shit? See, I'm still saying Legends, but is that classical Star Wars? And I like to say classical original Star Wars. Let's see here. Yeah. Yeah, you're amazing. Oh, well, thank you. I try. I saw the hologram of Palpatine calling him Vader. Yeah. Yeah, he saw. Yep, exactly. Exactly. So let's see here. Yeah, Dark Lord, Rise of Darth Vader did it perfectly. Yeah, and that it doesn't break lore. Yeah, he in Revenge of the Sith. So this is how. So first of all, Obi-Wan knew who Vader was from the beginning. That's Revenge of the Sith. And then he found out Vader survived in Dark Lord, Rise of Darth Vader. So there's two different things. So people are like, oh, when did Obi-Wan know about Vader? He never knew that Anakin was Vader. Go watch freaking Revenge of the Sith, idiot. Tell me you don't know anything about Star Wars without telling me. There you go. This Kenobi series would have been better if they just stuck with Darth Maul. Even if they had to recast Darth Maul, they would have stuck with him. I don't know that. I mean, that's an interesting theory. I mean, if you're going to watch it and that's what you think, should have happened and stuff, then yeah, I mean, maybe, who knows? I will just probably watch reviews of it. Raging Rhino will be one of the channels I'll be watching for reviews of it. But I won't watch the show. my oldest will watch the show, but I won't watch it, so he'll let me know. Christopher Barker, you should make the video, Rhino. Let's see here. I hate the fact that they brought back Darth Maul for the Clone Wars, but I'd rather have him in the Kenobi show is the main villain than Darth Vader, screwing up continuity. They don't even have to do that. They could have took examples of how the Kenobi novel did it. And if they wanted him to go off planet, then refer to the Last of the Jedi. And the villain, like in Kenobi, was basically a Tatooine moisture farmer, basically, in a sense. And so that it happened so organically. If you haven't read it, I recommend it. That's all I'm going to say. Stay tuned for the 12th, I believe. That's the Thursday on Raging Rhino's channel for more information about that. Damn, I'm about the few who voted on Vistara. Let me see. Let me check it out. So we have Darth Zana at 46%, Lumaya at 12%, and Vistara at 12%. They're like neck to neck, and I'm not trying to say that in a bad way or in a sexual way, but there you go. I went there, so now it's going to be in your guys' heads. Darth Talon, 30%. Okay, so she's slowly climbing up to meet Zana, and Lumaya and Vistara are like basically back to back in the running here. They're like tied. Woo. I'm trying not to come into a coughing fit. Let's see here. I hate this may the fuck of. Oh my God, I started laughing. I couldn't even finish that. I hate this is the May fuck off Disney. Oh my God. And May 25th, top 10 Sith Lords list. You know what? Because I was going to initially do today's coffee chat and talk about Sith lore and stuff like that. But because I've been down, I'd rather sit down and make sure I have all my ducks in a line and make sure I have like all the stories I want to talk about at least lined out. And so because I've been down, it just wasn't happening. So I do have some topics that we're going to come up in here too and talk about. I voted Lumaya as well. Basically, Sai says, let's see here. And Raging Rhino, you're so funny. Let's see here. Let me scroll down. Man, I need to catch up with you guys. And again, thank you to all the channel members that are popping in. Raging Rhinos 1, Folk Norris is another, and I seen Abunas is in here as well. Thank you so much for the channel members and for my mods, Solo Assassin and Ancient One too as well. Let's get to this here. Abunas at $10 super chat. Thank you. And you're gonna need to go buy some merch. No more Legends Girl. So whoever has Legends Girl merch now, that's a collectible for the few of you guys that have that. So you guys have one of the kind now. I don't have no earrings on. My ears are naked. Finally back home where I belong. Looking lovely as always, sweetheart. Listening as I'm working as always. George Lucas EU forever. I'm drinking V8 Splash mango flavor. Oh, that sounds good. Can't wait to get new merch. Yes, there you go. Get your merch. Get your merch. Let's see here. And I didn't say hello to Becky. Hello, Becky. How are you doing? Glad you are here. At least I don't remember. Maybe I did. Who knows? All right. Sexual way. Yep. In my head now forever. Thanks, Oji. You're welcome. You're welcome. You know, I have, you know me. I'm that crazy one sometimes I don't have a filter. Sometimes I don't have a filter. Like people don't expect me to say things. And I say them and it catches them off guard, you know, but hey, I'm just me. I'm authentic. I guess you could say authentic. Let's see. Okay. Wait, did OG Star Wars just say her ears are naked? I've admittedly never thought I would hear someone say that. Yes. I'm used to wearing earrings a lot. They are naked. Yeah, that's probably woman talk. Maybe, I don't know. Or just OG talk. I don't know. Yes. I just said that. I've been reading more DC these days over Disney canon bullshit. I regret nothing. Okay, good for you. Let's see here. No filter is good. We know you are real that way. Yeah, Sometimes I will be kind of like tone it down a little bit, but usually I'm like, oh, you know, so I make people laugh. And you know, let's see, you did, OG. Every now and then everyone has boomer moments. Well, yeah, I didn't remember, and I'm like going through that. I'm like, oh crap, did I say hello? I'd rather say hello to you twice than miss saying hello to you. So there you go. And boomer, maybe, I don't know. We forget sometimes, especially when we're in a busy place and we're talking and chatting with multiple people. There we go. So let's go ahead and let's get into this crazy article here that I wanted to share. And then we'll get into other things as well. Like the main topic is going to go into Insider 81. It's called iJedi, but it's about Obi-Wan Ewan after his time as Obi-Wan in the prequel trilogy. So we're going to discuss that, go through that article and discuss that because I think it's important. I think it's relevant. Now, I am using a source that everybody cringes at. I understand. I cringe at it too. But here's my excuse for this. Someone had posted that Owen Lars owned Obi-Wan with his saying, like how you trained Anakin in the trailer. So like, ooh, he owned him, burned, you know, Obi-Wan, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, seriously, did you even watch or know the lore to realize that, you know, that this concept here is wrong, how you're pertaining to it? So I seen it as like Obi-Wan and Owen had this back and forth. He didn't trust or he didn't like Obi-Wan because Anakin died. Anakin turned to the dark side, right? But you know, Luke knew he died. And so we have this Owen saying, oh, you know, barking back at Obi-Wan for saying, you know, we need to train Luke, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, oh, like how you trained Anakin. And the thing is, it was never Obi-Wan's fault for Anakin turning to the dark side. It was solely Anakin's choice. Now, did Owen know that? Who knows? So maybe he was valid on that for his thinking that way. I don't think that, I just think that was too harsh. I think that was too harsh between the relationship because the relationship is a respectful back and forth, but I seen Owen Lars as more of a more cautious than more vengeful. That sounded vengeful. Like you are not going to get next to Luke because you know what you're training Anakin is the reason why he's here, blah, 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 blah. Now, you guys may agree or not agree with me, but we're going to get into this article. I just want to go ahead and, check out this, the chat here real quick. Alara advertises being naked. Giggity. Like, there is no way he knew Anakin trained Kenobi or was trained by Kenobi. He could have told him apprentice. We didn't get the conversation too much regarding that. We don't know, and I don't recall in the original EU if that conversation was ever met between the two. It was never eluded in when he gave Luke to Lars in the Kenobi novel. When he handed him over, there was never that conversation. I have no idea if that conversation ever happened in, Disney Star Wars. So this is why I question this. This is the exact reason why I question this staunch remark. Let's see here. Sorry, I am late. I was piling up. Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, you're putting up the cords there. That's cool. Let's see here. Thank you for coming. Another channel member here. But I'm going to see, before we get in the article, I just want to see what you guys have to say about this. I actually heard that it was Mace Windu's fault for Anakin's fall. That there's a lot of fingers being pointed everywhere. It's always been Anakin's, but let's see what they have to say here. So The second trailer for Disney's Obi-Wan Kenobi sees the exiled Jedi Master wrongly blamed by Owen Lars for Anakin's fall to the dark side, with Obi-Wan Kenobi's release date, blah, 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 blah. So again, this is the Disney Star Wars wrongly blames Obi-Wan for Anakin's dark side fall. Disney's Owen Lars wrongly, so we just went through that. One of the saddest moments in Star Wars was, the end of the Revenge of the Sith. We already know about that, what happened. They have their duel. There was no way that Obi-Wan could have swayed Anakin back. Anakin was set on his course already. He hurt Padme to the brink of death. She passed away, given birth. All of that. We all know what happened. And, of course, they didn't know that there were twins. And, and then Bail stepped up and took Leia. Obi-Wan took Luke to the Lars and decided to remain in exiled mission. His mission was exiled to preserve the Jedi, to be ready to train Luke, and to train still. So I don't know if this movies or these series is even going to cover that. It doesn't feel like it. 10 years out of Revenge of the Sith, and he's still hopeless. He is still wandering. He's still in depression, I guess you can say. Doesn't make sense. In The Last of the Jedi, when Obi-Wan was questioning, this is like not even a year from Revenge of the Sith. So not even a year from Revenge of the Sith, this novel happened. So this was still very early into exile. He was questioning Obi-Wan why he hasn't begun his training yet. And Obi-Wan's all, because you are filled with this doubt, this fear, your loathing. He gives all these excuses, all these emotional excuses. He tells him, you are not ready. You are not ready because of this. And you have to find your truth, basically. You have to find the truth of this. You have to find yourself again. You can't train to become a Force ghost in this kind of state. And hopefully I'll get to be able to talking extensively more on next Thursday on Raging Rhino's channel about this. And so when Obi-Wan hits Obi-Wan hard, he's like, oh, okay. And then he starts losing connection to the Force because he is so far from it in his emotions and in his outcome, and not necessarily training as much. And he feels and he recognizes that. And basically Qui-Gon kind of snaps him out of that. And then also this is when he takes his mission, and the mission leads him to make sure all evidence of the Skywalker twins' birth was destroyed on Paulus Massa. And that makes sense within a year from exile, not 10 years after. And, and so Obi-Wan has, Qui-Gon basically says, you got to stay emotionally fit to train, basically. And I'm just like saying it in short. I'm, whatever. And so that helps Obi-Wan come to terms, in a sense, with his emotions, how to find his center. I'm just using yoga speak now. I'm sorry. And go back to center, find it, resolve those emotions, know that, yeah, he has those feelings, but he has to see the bigger picture and start resolving those emotions for the task at hand. And he has training as a Jedi for that. They train about how to keep their emotions from overpowering them, I guess you could say, especially dark emotions or emotions that can cripple you. And so he realizes that, and then after that, he starts training and stuff like that. And after this article, I'm going to pull up another little thing about The Last of the Jedi on what the company said about Adventures of Obi-Wan Kenobi as well. So we'll get to that because this goes to that as well. So we have, 10 years out, we have Obi-Wan still emotional and stuff. And then Owen Lars too, talking like he is with that. Do you think that maybe there's some kind of agreement already settled, and that why is Owen holding a grudge against Obi-Wan when it's not Obi-Wan's fault? It's 10 years after. There has to be some resolution. By the time we get to A New Hope, he is basically all that crazy, all wizard guy, blah, blah, blah. So it's like he's over it. So why are you holding on to this like grudge or whatever emotion 10 years when that should be resolved already. I know, I understand some people do, but I'm not talking about reality. I'm talking about Star Wars. So here we go. So it says, in the Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer, the Jedi Master approaches Owen about needing to begin his nephew's training, with Kenobi clearly sensing Luke's growing connection with the Force. However, Owen refuses Obi-Wan's wishes with the insulting response, like how you trained his father. Sorry, I had to do that. Obi-Wan is taken back by this response, and rightfully so, as no other Jedi Master or character that was present for the unfolding events actually blamed him for his apprentice's downfall. While Obi-Wan more than likely saw training Luke was a way of rectifying and avoiding the errors of Anakin, he never could have been responsible for what became of the character who was like his son and brother to him. I never got the feeling that Obi-Wan needed to train Luke to rectify and avoid the errors of Anakin in the OT. I don't know about you guys. Did you guys feel that way? I think that they knew, Obi-Wan knew it was Anakin's choice to turn. And so how can he rectify what had happened when it's not even his fault? That doesn't make sense. That does not make sense whatsoever. So let me see the chat here. Let's see here. All right, let me see what you guys have to say. Is this the plot of the new Kenobi series? It's part of it, maybe. And 1947, I don't know what that's about. You guys are probably discussing something. In Disney lore, somehow Obi-Wan finds out about Vader 10 years after Revenge of the Sith. Yes. And then not only that, in fact, this is another thing I want to share about how Vader never really returns to Tatooine in the Disney lore. I was thinking about sharing that, but that was shared with me on Twitter. So my, the HoloNet news basically tells me, I got a news information from a source and it comes from a Disney comic, that Vader never returns to Tatooine whatsoever in the Disney lore between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope, or shortly after A New Hope, whatever. But now we are seeing that, and that's in the poster too that you guys may have seen on Twitter. 10 years out and Kenobi is homeless. What the hell, right? We see in Kenobi novel that he finds a home right away. So that's weird. That is really weird. But what I need, have a Jake Kenobi fight against Grand Inquisitor Squidward. Rightfully so. What the fuck? And then, nope, Disney canon is rewriting the OT, damn it. I'm right. And then Orange Chat, no, Obi-Wan only needed to watch over him and then train him when he was ready. Correct. Yoda knew training Luke traditionally would not work. He even admitted as much in the Revenge of Sith novel. Yes, and that's another thing too that I might add in our conversation is that bit of information. You probably can hear me sipping now with this right here. Sorry. That he's like, when the time is right, they'll be trained, and it's not about the age and all that. So it's blatantly said in the Revenge of the Sith novel that that Yoda knew that Luke would change the order, that anything going forward with the Jedi after Luke is trained and takes the lead, he's gonna change. He's gonna be the growth, the evolution that the Jedi needed that Yoda failed to see. And I think Disney is for sure failing to see this as well. And so training when the time is right, not when Obi-Wan thought it was right, because Obi-Wan even asked that to Yoda in Revenge of the Sith novel. He's like, "Oh yeah, we'll have to train him from the start." I'm paraphrasing now, and Yoda's like, "No, when the time is right." Basically, is what he says. When the time is right. So there we go. And let me go back to this real quick, and we're just gonna brush this a little bit more, but that's it. And not like Screen Rat has the right answer, and not like they agree that they don't like Disney Star Wars or the way the direction Disney took him. So this is a surprising article, so I thought I'd share this with you guys. Although it makes sense that Obi-Wan Kenobi's own Lars would still be angry about what transpired with Anakin's fall to the dark side, blaming Obi-Wan is unreasonably harsh when considering Kenobi has already been punished enough for his best friends becoming his enemy. Okay, now, does that make sense to you guys? Why would Obi-Wan be punished? Like, who would punish Obi-Wan for Anakin's decisions to fall to the dark side? If you like the novel, and a little bit in Revenge of the Sith, but particularly the novel, Obi-Wan's like, I just want to end my life now, when they're watching the security nets, hollow nets at the temple. And he's like, this can't be. He goes, I wish I was dead. I wish I never took him. So he's going through all these emotions. And Yoda brings him back and basically tells him to straighten his ass up and realize that it was Anakin's choice, not his. So why is this person thinking, and I didn't even see who the author of this article is. Why does he think that he's being punished for his best friend's choice when it has nothing to do with him? I can understand Obi-Wan blames for not seeing it or blames for letting things slide. I can understand that. So I don't know. Maybe you guys, I'll go back to the chat here in a minute, and maybe you guys will have something that maybe I'm not seeing. Let's see. The Jedi Master generally wanted to train Luke, and Disney's Obi-Wan Kenobi's is also a significant deviation from his original relationship with Anakin. While Obi-Wan sees the importance of training Luke now to control his power and emotions, Anakin was already sensed to be angry and volatile by the time Qui-Gon decided to make him a Padawan. Did this person even watch The Phantom Menace? Did you guys see little Anakin being angry and volatile? I didn't see no anger in little Anakin. He was just he knew his purpose, but he was also very saddened by the fact that he had to leave his mom, that he had to leave her, and that he was experiencing something new. And when children experience something new and is taken out of their home, out of their comfort zone, yeah, they're going to have fear. They're going to be afraid. It's all new to them, right? And they're going to, miss their parents or their mom. But he wasn't angry. Oh my God. So I didn't read this whole article. So you're seeing my responses in the raw. Okay. So I don't know where. Okay. I got to see who wrote this here. I have to see. So Jordan Williams. Okay. Let's see here. There we go. Let's see here. Where was I left off? Anakin was already sensed to be. Okay. I already read that one. Neither Obi-Wan nor Yoda thought training Anakin was a good idea in The Phantom Menace, with Obi-Wan only agreeing to do so to grant the dying wishes of his own Jedi Master. Yeah, there was that conflict. I see that, but then again, and we also see in the original lore that there was this push and pull in the beginning, and then a relationship started forming, and then we have this beautiful relationship that we've seen through the the Clone Wars multimedia project. I'm not going to count the TCW too much because of the fact that it just contradicts a lot when it comes to these stories. But if you like it, that's fine. I'm not saying that not to. Anakin's, so basically, let's see here. And then this last one says, but Anakin's accessibility to the dark side was already sensed before he was trained. But Luke is a completely different story, which is why Owen's comments are so severe. How would Owen know to judge when someone's ready to train in the Force as a Jedi? To make this comment which is why Owen's comments are so severe. So are they talking about how that Obi-Wan knows and that's why it's severe to him? What about Obi-Wan just being patient? That he's the character that has always been patient. You know, he's like this character that people say he's a Jedi of all Jedis, basically. Next to what I've seen people say about Qui-Gon. So I don't know. It seems that Obi-Wan Kenobi will see Ben and Owen Lars come to conflict often over how they're just doing this for drama for the show. So that's all I'm going to come to the conclusion with. They are just doing this for drama to the show. And I need to get back to StreamYard. There you go. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and remove this article because it's not worth it anymore. Let's see here. I'm going to zoom up. I'm going to scroll up in the chat and see what you guys have to say, because this is what Coffee Chat's about. Let's see here. Thank you so much. Let's see here. The only one that punished Kenobi was himself. He thought he was responsible for this for a small time, but then let go of that, feeling in the middle of their duel on Mustafar. Yeah, and he's still kind of like when we see him in A New Hope, he still has a little bit of like sadness about that, because you are always going to have sadness about something that occurred in your life that was eventful and traumatic and stuff. Bamat says, "Oh, that's easy. OG, a strong, independent woman will punish Jake Kenobi because she's a strong, independent woman. Who knows?" Let's see here. Hey, Keely, how you doing? And then what? Laugh out loud. Yeah. Yep. And then did anyone else suspect Kenobi kind of knew about Anakin and Padme? Yeah, that's even in the Republic comics. And I think we reviewed that in one of the coffee chats. Yeah. Let's see here. Deleted scene and novel showed Anakin had anger and rage. He attacked Greedo when accused of cheating in the pod races, right? But that's in the novels. Okay, so I know I'm referring to the novels and stuff, but outside of that, and stuff. And I think Greedo was bullying him too, from I remember, because that was a deleted scene that he was getting tormented and bullied during that time as well. So that's how I seen that deleted scene. But that deleted scenes don't count. So when it comes to lore, because it's no longer lore, it's no longer canon. Thank you, Becky. Yep. Let's see here. I think there's a deleted scene with Anakin mad with someone. Yeah, but the deleted scenes don't count. So that was taken out, and that doesn't count. His ultimate fall, I think, was an Attack of Clones when he slaughtered the tribe of Tusken Raiders. Right. That was his first. Was the fear of losing his mom, wanting to go save her, and what the results of that, what had happened, like the events that transpired, and took him to the edge. So the slaughter of the Tusken Raiders took him to the edge, definitely. And then what started pushing him over the edge was the dreams about Padme. Let's see here. What have you done, article writer? You got OG's attention. That's not a wise move. No, it's not. Not a wise move. Caffeinated Wolf. He had fear because he was old enough. He built a bond attachment to his mother, and that's what the Jedi Council picked up on. And his age was considered to be too old. Correct. And then MJ1, hello, how are you doing? And let's see here. And then Orange Chat, Anakin's first killed a rogue in Rogue Planet when he used the Force to kill someone near the end of the novel. Yes, I remember that. If you guys haven't read that, I would suggest it. It's one of those where it's got mixed reviews. I still recommend them because you never know, you might like it. Not all of us like the same things, and that's what makes it beautiful. Let's see here. Anakin was mad with Greedo for accusing him of cheating on the pod race. Yeah, I remember that deleted scene there. Let's see here. Let's scroll down some more, and then let's go ahead and get on to the next thing. But there was one thing I wanted to share, so I'm going to have to pull it up because I didn't have it ready. So I'm going to check the voting. So if you guys are tuning in right now, jumping on, thank you so much. Now, go and vote. Who is your favorite female Sith? So far, it's we still have the same person in the lead, Darth Zana at 45%. Lumayas, 12%. Vestara Kai fell down to 9%. And Darth Talon is 33%. So Darth Talon is slowly making her way, trying to get the lead over Darth Zana. So we will discuss them. So please, you guys, go and vote if you're coming in, if you haven't voted yet. Let's see here. And let's go here. Star Wars Theory found a digital incomplete deleted scene from Revenge of the Sith where during their duel, Anakin used the dark side to summon a tidal wave, lava wave. I think that was also mentioned in the making of Revenge of the Sith, I believe. And I'm just glad that they didn't use it, if that's the case. There was like, they were talking about like what scenes were deleted and stuff. And I think I remember that was being said. One of them was, I watched it a couple times, like 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago for some research. And just because I liked it so much. Luke was older than Anakin when he started out. All right. Yes, he was. He was 18, 19. Anakin was only 9. But by then Yoda realized that that was another fault of the Jedi. You know, it shouldn't be age specific. I think the age was all about attachment, because when they get them so early, they don't have that bond with their family, their parents, and what have you. They start creating that bond with the Jedi, and so they have no more attachment to other things other than the Order. And so Yoda knew that was another evolutionary change, I guess you could say. Let's see here. Another thing I should ask OG Star Wars, if I ever hear from Mad Squirrel again, would you be interested in to have her do a Between the Two Nut podcast session with you? Oh, I don't know. I guess. Yeah. I mean, that's cool. Have her reach out. And then M1 or MJ1, I voted. My favorite is Darth Talon. Oh, there you go. We got to vote for Darth Talon. Zana could turn me to the dark side. His eyes. I'm gonna tell Mary to dress up as Darth Zana for you. I think you would like that. You know, friends gotta help friends out, you know. MJ1, and Yoda learned that attachment can be a good thing as well as bad. That's the growth of his character. Correct. And Ben Skywalker basically pulled Luke out of an attachment scenario that he was going through after the loss of Mara Jade. And I think that was done beautifully. And I have the clip EU short on my channel. I'll put the link in below after I'm done here with you guys. But that's a great explanation of what Ben Skywalker tells his dad. Hey, Soul Assassin, do me a favor, pull that link up and share it in the chat about attachment, Ben Skywalker's EU short about attachment, please. And then maybe I'll just share that. But I'm going to go ahead and pull up that piece of information that I wanted to share with you guys about what the company had said about Obi-Wan. And his adventures are now ending. So I'm going to go ahead and get this pulled up for you guys, and I'm going to share it because I think it's very vital, important to relate back to what the company has to say. No matter if it's EU or not in the past, it's all relevant because it pertains to the lore and what's expected and what they are expecting everyone, like their authors and all of that, to follow. It's the rules that George set down for them because he had ideas of where he wanted, especially the movie characters, where they wanted them to be. So this is from the Reader's Companion. And again, this is basically continuity script from the Last of the Jedi. And it says, early in development, The Last of the Jedi series was envisioned as a continuing adventures of Obi-Wan Kenobi, but Lucasfilm ultimately vetoed this concept, reasoning that Kenobi would never venture far from Luke unless expected or exceptional circumstances demanded it. Almost a year has passed between the events of episode 3 and the novel. Excuse me. Yeah, sorry, you guys. I was a lot worse than that after Friday, like Friday night. Oh, God, it was bad. So there you go. So let me see here. Let me get that out of the way. So there you go. So this is another important thing, because it's EU, they decide, oh, we're going to ignore it. But this is coming from the company about Obi-Wan Kenobi's development. If Lucasfilm says no adventures, he stayed on Tatooine to watch Luke. There's no way he's going to go off planet unless there's exceptional circumstances. Then that goes to tell you that even George Lucas is like, nope, he's in exile. And that's even when you look back at the EU, the history of the EU with Obi-Wan Kenobi's story after Revenge of the Sith, there you go. We don't see that. Kenobi is just right after. And then the books 1 and 2 of The Last of the Jedi are within a year, almost a year after. And that's it. And then when we do have references of things happening to Obi-Wan or Ben Kenobi, it's everything pertains to him being on Tatooine. Nowhere else other than what happens on The Last of the Jedi. And so I use this as evidence because this is coming from the company themselves. And guess who wrote this book? Pablo Hidalgo. Yep. So he should know himself. And a lot of these people who are working for Disney Lucasfilm right now that have worked under George, especially that, know about the continuity and what George expected and wanted, they're just towing the line now for a paycheck. They're just towing the line. They're like being paid. They're just going to do what their boss wants them to do. They're not going to question. And if they did question it, basically we know it probably got vetoed because everything's coming forth with the way we're seeing it now. So there you go. And let's see here. All right. Thank you. I will pull that up here pretty quick. Let's see here. I'll copy that. Let me see if I could star it and put it in my thing there. And how if I could open the link. Oh, it's okay. I'll get that to you guys. But we're going to take a look about attachment. Since we're talking Revenge of the Sith, things that are, development with Luke, Obi-Wan, Luke's training, how Yoda's seen that the Jedi needed to evolve. We're just going to watch this clip. So let me go ahead and go back and pull that up. Thank you for the thank you for that, Soul Assassin. And please don't do this to me. I don't want you to do this to me. Thank you. All right. Let's see here. Sometimes getting these links up can be a pain in the butt, but here we go. And it's taking its time. I got so much crap going on right now. All right. Let's see here. So let's get this out of here. So what do you guys think? First of all, while I'm pulling this video clip up for you guys, what do you think about this? Let's see here. Ben Skywalker was a good anchor for Luke because he forced Luke to reevaluate a lot of his past and keep a more open mind. Yeah, sometimes kids do that to you. Sometimes your own children can have a little bit of 2 cents that are worth the 2 cents, and when you look at it in children's perspective, when they're still more innocent and don't have a lot of baggage in their mind, I guess you could say. I wouldn't say what you learned is baggage, like bad things, but when your mind is so set into certain ways, sometimes a fresh perspective from your child, a younger mind, can help you out. Let's see here. Andrew, we will make sure she has everything to be Darthzana just for you. Oh, see what I started? You are welcome. Sorry about my voice, you guys. They mentioned the EU in the beginning or behind the scenes book of Boba Fett episode. Oh, you mean the original EU? Is that what you mean? All right. So let's go ahead and pull that up. Let me take this out and get the right share image in. And I don't know what I did. There we go. All right. Make sure I have the right. There we go. Okay. And again, I can't make this like full screen because of the type of platform or the type of view it is. So let's go ahead and take a look. I'm going to go ahead and just get it past that part there.
That's what attachment is, isn't it?
Oh, let me mute. If I'm echoing, let me just go ahead and mute out myself.
Is, isn't it? Ben began pacing. It's not. That's what attachment is, isn't it? Ben began pacing. It's not loving somebody. It's not marrying somebody. It's not having kids. It's being where, if something goes wrong, there's nothing left of you. It's where if she goes away, you start functioning like a droid with a restraining bolt installed. Mom wouldn't want you to be this way, so why are you? I can't help it. Luke was on his feet, and the words wrenched out of him before he realized it. He rocked, unbalanced by the sudden violence of his emotions. Ben spun to stare at him. You've got to! How? I don't know. You're the Jedi Master. You figure it out. Luke felt real anger stir within him, a fire fanned by the insolence of Ben's tone. No, that was another lie. Luke lying to himself. The fire was being fanned by the fact that Ben was right.
And there you go. So none of you guys said that you couldn't hear it, so I hope you heard that. So that's what Yoda seen and expected. He knew the Jedi needed to evolve, right? And that's what he got. He got the evolution of the Jedi through Luke. He'd seen the importance of it. And I think that's one of the huge pivotal learning lesson for the Jedi Order was the purge. Was a realization that the Sith sat for 1,000 years and atoned, grew through the rule of two, and learned more about the Jedi while they were in hiding. Whereas Yoda and those he trained and the masters that he trained and his masters before him trained them to fight the Jedi or fight the Sith that they knew 1,000 years ago. And so I think that's where he's seen exactly where the changes need to be. They needed to evolve. And so that novel was done beautifully. And then all the lore that reflected before and after of it all just tied in wonderfully. And this is what you call synergy within a franchise. This is great synergy. This is great continuity because, yeah, there's hiccups. I've never admitted that the EU was perfect. It's damn near it for a franchise that large, but it does have its hiccups. And so this goes to show, if you're a person that loves the franchise for the continuity of the history, because you can go from one point and look back and say, oh yeah, they refer to this spot here, it makes sense, what have you. Yes, then you got this. It's like Star Wars is above, when it comes to continuity, is above measures than other franchises. Maybe not necessarily Tolkien's. He's got a smaller franchise because only one person, Tolkien, made it and stuff. And he did fairly well too. I've studying and reading the books and stuff. I do see there's like some contradictions, but sometimes you can't, those are unavoidable. Nothing's perfect, right? But George Lucas and his company, and what he sanctioned and how he helped with the lore and stuff turned out beautifully. And then Orange Hat says, Yoda figured it out too late during the duel with Sidious. Problem this is. Correct. And that was amazing. So again, I recommend you guys to read Revenge of the Sith novelization too. It just gets you further in depth of what's going on in Revenge of the Sith movie. It complements it very much. If you don't want to read it, you don't have to. It's not necessary, but it just gives you more scenes that you haven't realized, or it expands on more of the scenes that can't be fully expanded on without making the movie 4 hours. And let's see here. Look cool, rock merch. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. And I was going to get to that before we move on to the next article. So let me get rid of this here. Now, you guys, I do have some merch, and I'm so excited about that. And I was going to share images of it, but I haven't pulled those up either. Like I said, I was in a meeting this morning, so some things I didn't have pulled up yet. But I do have new merch. So like I said, this is one of them. And I also have yesterday, I sat down and just decided to do some digital drawing and painting. And I did a, let's see here. I did a Vader piece. And let me go ahead and bring that up because I was so super excited about that, how it turned out. I just like how I do my art. I just envision it and then I make it happen. Draw it out, I make it happen, and so forth, and go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and share one with you, which, let's see here, get this window out of here. That's not supposed to be open. Let me see here. I hate sharing screens sometimes. I wish I just could say share screen, boom, there it is. But I wanted to share this with you because, like I said, I'm so proud of it. So here you go. So this right here is another option. I do see some things I need to change on here. And my art's always like, if an artist, we see things when we think it's finished, we'll leave it alone. But then after we pick it up, we're like, oh, I could have done this and this here. So there's always no finish line. Sometimes you just got to put it down and just leave it alone. And I wish, a lot of people wish George would have let his art remain when it came to the OT, right? Just put it down, walk away, leave it alone. It's perfect the way it is. But no, George wanted to, expand a little bit more on the OT and link it to the PT with the special editions. Now, I'm not going to try to go into debate with you guys on this today, but I'm just, like I say, as an artist, we always look at something and we can always see improvements. Like, or we could say, oh, I could have done this here, or I could have done that there. And so there you go. So there's never a satisfied finishing point for an artist. Never whatsoever. We just have to come to terms in peace. Like, okay, I've done, if I do anything else, I think I'm just going to ruin it. We have to come to terms, but there's no finishing like at peace, at terms with a piece. We always see room for improvement. Always. Haha, share screen. Boom, there it is. Right. Hey, OGs. I just got my copy of the Essential Guide from the Force. Oh, okay. The Essential Guide to the Force. Awesome. I hope you're enjoying that. It is bound. It's like the bound is like this one here. Let me go ahead and get out of this one here. Remove. So this is not the Essential Guide, but the bound is the same. So be careful because the pages start popping out. See? The pages start popping out. So you could tell this is widely used. Yeah, of course, I have like all my notes on there. I do. Stig used to get so pissed off at me about this, but I do outline important information. So yeah, it's widely used. Yeah, it's widely used. So just be careful with it, but enjoy. I'm happy for you. That's cool. MJ1, I got to bounce now. All right. Thank you for popping in. Thank you so much. Whoops, that jumped on me. And let's see here. Solo Sats. It's not easy being an artist. I always find mistakes in my stuff. Yeah, you find mistakes, or you're like, hey, I can add an extra, or I can make this section more vibrant. And you go back and you're like, oh, shit. Sometimes you just got to walk away. Put it down and walk away. Now, this right here, I'm happy, but when I look at the original behind me, I'm like, oh, I can maybe enhance this part more, that part more. And so it's called discipline. You just got to walk away from it. But when I did this and got it printed, like even digitally doing the extended lightsabers to the full extent, I'm like, I could have done this part better. And I had to walk away from it and just be like, happy with what I got for now. Yeah. So let's see. My copy of prequel trilogy is one volume arrived today. Oh wow, you guys are getting some fun stuff here. That book has seen better days. Yes, it has, and it's probably going to fall apart in another year or so. So yeah, but we have this one right here. Who remembers this story? Who could call out what this story came from? Anybody? Yeah. So this has seen its better days, and then we have this here. I didn't rip it out; it just came out by itself. You guys can remember what this one's from? Let's see here. I'm making sure everything is all lined up. And then I guess I'm just show and telling what I have on my desk right now instead of going to the next topic, but that's okay. And then who can guess this? And this has one of the characters that you guys, or no, yeah, one of the characters that you guys are voting for. Lumaya right there. Look at that. Look at that. She was once a love interest of Luke Skywalker. So there you go. And the dinosaur people, I forgot their name. There's Cece Rook from the True Set Bookerette. There you go. Let's see here. All right. Let me get out of this article here. And you know what? Let's have some fun. So a lot of you guys may know of or may have read parts of are all of the New Jedi Order. And before we get into the main article that I want to talk about, and my hair keeps getting stuck right there. I wanted to look at the Japanese cover art of the New Jedi Order. So we're going to have fun with that because as an artist, sometimes I like to nerd out and sometimes you guys like to look at better options to a cover. Hello, Dadman Walking, another channel member. Thank you so much. Oh, guess what, you guys? All channel members who attend today get to be entered to win a copy of this. Now I gotta go make copies. I have to. Right now we have some car situations, so I haven't had a chance to go in and make copies yet of that and Quinlan Voss. So those who won those two images, Orange Hat and Alex Magnina, please know that your prints will be coming soon. I apologize, but channel members who attend between now and July 1st will have a chance to win a copy of that Yoda painting. So thank you so much, Dadman. You just reminded me of that. That was one of the special announcements I was supposed to make this today. One of the past winners was Teresa Martin, our Miss Martin News. And Logan, I actually just got the entire New Jedi Order series and Legacy of the Force in paperback with no banners. Oh, I hope you got a good deal on that. I hope you got a good deal. That is amazing. I also got Betrayal and Invincible in hardcover. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. And then let's see here. Soul Assassin, hit that like button and become a channel member. Yes, that Yoda picture would look nice on your wall. It sure would. Glad to be of help. You are welcome. Thank you. Sometimes you just walk in at the right time when you're supposed to. And thank you so much. And what's in your mug today? What's in your mug? All right. So now that I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. New Jedi Order. Oh, my God. Let me see. Let's remove you. And now let's go to bring the New Jedi Order pictures. Let's see here. There we go. And now I'm just sharing just the multitude from search images here because there's so much. There's 19 covers. And but let me see if that shows up the way it did. Yes. So these are covers that were printed for the novels printed in Japan and stuff, the Japanese covers basically. And they have always been more exciting to view than the covers that we've seen for, the standard American covers that we have on our bookshelves, or most of us have. And basically it tells the story. It has a lot of cover. It's vivid. It has action going on, all of that. And so we get to see the extent of that. And it's amazing to see, the script too of the Japanese script as well. The Japanese lettering, I guess you say, script. And, we have that, of course, we have the Jedi Bunny here. Basically, I forget his name now, but we have like just wonderful images. We get to see who's involved in and all of that. And I did one of my insiders has I should have pulled up the insider. I don't remember which one it is, but one of my insiders does have all the images of the Japanese covers as well. I should have just pulled that up. I didn't think about it until now. but that would have been easier to share. But then I'd have to go between two insiders on my program, and they're so big that I didn't want my program to crash. So there you go. There you go. Let's see, close these windows here. All right. And Logan says, I wish Legacy of the Force and Fate of the Jedi got Japanese covers. That would have been epic. Yes. Fate of the Jedi, even though it's okay, you get that a lot of it revolves around Coruscant. So you get the main characters on the cover with, a background of Coruscant. But I wish they would have had more on that. That's kind of simplistic, and I wish they would have had more to that. And Pepsi today only being available. My voice is going now, you guys. Can you hear it? Damn, I like the Mara Jade. Wait, I can see that. Yes. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and just go through these. Again, I should have shared the insider one I have of this, but that's okay. But again, we see, what's going on here. Look, we have an aged Han Solo here. You could tell an aged Luke here and all of that. And of course, one of the first book of the series, we have the loss of Chewbacca. So then we have Han Solo going through, his emotions, and Leia, even though she doesn't like it, even though she wants to be there for him, for Han, she allows him to breathe as well. I hope I didn't mute. Can you hear me? I hope I didn't mute that. Did I mute it? Can you hear me? Hello, testing. I pressed the side button on my thing here, which mutes it by accident. So hopefully I didn't mute it. Let's see here. And then Joseph, hey, Joseph, I thought that was a dude from the N64 game, Shadow of the Empire. I can recall his name, dang it. Okay, good. I pressed the side that can mute you if you need to for fast or change connection and stuff. So like I said, I'm still getting used to it, and I don't know how it responds here for StreamYards. Okay, thank you so much. Let's see here. So let's go back here. And so back to, like Vector Prime was one of the first ones that gave us the first death. And the first death was something that was very, very heartbreaking for even the fan base. And then every single novel had a death, whether it was someone related to a main character or a character that we know or a character that we knew from the past. And so there was no holds bar for the New Jedi Order. And outside of the Republic comics with the Clone Wars multimedia, this is one of the darkest part of Star Wars ever. And I don't know if you guys agree with me or not, but share with me your favorite story in New Jedi Order. Let's see here. And then, of course, this is Balance Point here. And we also have Pelion, who they decide, the Imperial Remnant does combine forces with the New Republic or the Galactic Alliance, I guess you could say, and to help defeat in the Vong. There's a lot of split factions going on here. We do have like the Peace Brigade going after the Jedi for the Vong. There's a lot of stuff, heaviness going on here, because now the Galactic Alliance or the New Republic, blames the Jedi for being weak and defeating these people. So now they just, they don't want nothing to do with them. And I'm saying that in short. And so there's a lot going on there, a lot. And Tahiri Vela goes through a lot. Of course, the Solos in all aspects go through a lot. We get the birth of Ben Skywalker. So it's like I said, these are just amazing storyline here. And these covers here that we get are just really in depth and tell a story within the cover. And that's what I like about these covers that look so busy, is that they tell a story before you open the book. You look at the cover and you want to read it. You're like, oh my God, what's going on here? So who is this? If you didn't know, or if you knew, okay, what's going on with this and Leia and what's going on here, and you just want to pick it up and find out more from what you read before. So always thought that these were amazing covers here. Yeah. And this right here is a pivotal point for Jason Solo, and discovering himself in the Force, basically, because he was the one that always questioned the Force. Are they doing the right thing? Is there more to the Force? And now after the New Jedi Order, we do see him go into sabbatical. So very, very interesting. Oh, look at this. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff there. Let's see here. You should show Japanese dark nest covers. I should, huh? Yeah, I think they're a lot better too, really. And then Soul Assassin says, why does Japanese get the cool stuff? Probably because they have artists that are hired for their production in that part of the world. I don't know. And let's see here. The birth of Ben Skywalker, Disney Star Wars. The road leads to the horror of the sequels. I don't know how the birth of Ben Skywalker. Oh, I see what you're saying. Sorry. Oh my God. I'm going to have to read the article and we're going to have to call a quit here pretty soon because my voice is just so bad right now. I don't know if you guys, I could feel it. I could feel, it feels harsh as I talk. So let's see here. I never really got why Japan got the nice illustrated covers and we got the crappy 2000s photoshopped. I don't know why either. Let me see here. All right, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and find that. I'm basically going ahead to find the exact article that we are going to look over regarding Ewan McGregor, Obi-Wan Kenobi after Revenge of the Sith. Let's see here. And on my search to show and share more about Vader and Obi-Wan never dueling between episode 3 and 4, I find these articles here that I like to share. Rest that voice at OG. Call it if you got to. Yeah, I know. I will. I'll call it. But we're just going to go through. I was going to read the whole article, but we're just going to go through this because I did already read the article and I wanted to share it with you guys. I was hoping there'd be more evidence to share regarding their fight between episode, like no fight between episode 3 and 4, but it just alludes to it, but not necessarily. So basically what this article is about is basically, Obi-Wan after, like what's going to happen with Obi-Wan after Revenge of the Sith. And it's called I, Jedi. It's not the novel. So if you guys seen I, Jedi on the title of this live stream, it's not the book. So Obi-Wan may be planning a 20-year vacation out behind or beyond Tatooine's Dune Sea to keep a watchful eye on Luke Skywalker, but for Ewan McGregor, the adventure is coming to an end. So that kind of tells you that there's not going to be nothing in between episode 3 and 4, just in that script, right? That tells you. So it's in the context. You don't have to have it spelled out for you. Obi-Wan's adventures is done, basically. There's nothing more to know other than that he's going into exile to protect Luke, watch over Luke, to train, right? And so for Ewan McGregor, the adventure is coming to an end. And this is by Brett Rector, and this is Insider 84. Now, another good thing to watch is from Orange Open Air Lock Policies, where he has behind the scenes where Ewan McGregor says that basically that George wrapped it up between episode 3 and episode 4 when it comes to their duels, which means that there's nothing in between as well. And so this kind of ties up to it, although I wish there would have been more information, more conversation that was done regarding this in this article. But we already know. We knew from the beginning, watching the OT, and then finally when the PT came out and was finished, when we got to Revenge of the Sith, that nothing happened in between. That the New Hope Death Star fight basically refers to their Mustafar, and there was nothing in between. That they spanned almost 2 decades without seeing each other. So, hey, Fatal J. It says, my favorite Sith female is Count Dooku Apprentice. Let me see. I didn't even close it now. I said I was going to close it in an hour. So I'm going to go ahead and close it now. So if you haven't had a chance to vote, and we will discuss them as well. So I just want to briefly go through this article since my voice is still recovering and it's feeling kind of harsh now. I sound very raspy. I don't know if it sounds sexy to you guys or not. That's kind of strange. It is kind of strange. All right, so Darth Zana, 38%. Lumaya, 13. The Star Kai fell behind, 10% of Lumaya. And then Darth Talon, 38. So we have a tie between Darth Talon and Darth Zana. I need to keep it up. We need to break the tie. We need to break the tie. Let's see who. So if you have not vote yet, vote now. Vote now. We need to break this tie. Who is your favorite? And I'm not trying to say vote for either two, but we need to get this tiebreaker. You know, I don't want to do a tiebreaker. I don't want to leave it at a tiebreaker. I want to see who comes out on top. That adventurous. Oh, we know who you like, Fatal. Hello. Downtown is making a comeback. Yes. So if you haven't had a chance, vote. I'll leave it up a little bit longer. So let's get back to this article and let's go from there. So again, so like I said, I will preach it up on the heel if I have to, that there was no fight in between, that the data bank from Starwars.com shares that. The continuity information about the stories regarding Obi-Wan shares that. It even shares it within the novels. It even shares with George's intentions behind, the making of Star Wars. It even shares it. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I don't care who you are. If you are in denial is just not a river, dude. But seriously, you need to stop fooling yourself and know, just because you think you're going to like it, just because you think it's going to be great, don't ignore that continuity is being broken, because it is. Even if you like it, but just don't fool yourself. Don't pretend that the lore is not being broke just because you want to like it. You can still like it. There's some stories I like in Star Wars that's like, okay, lore, whatever, like it doesn't quite fit, but hey, it was fun. It could be fun for you, but just don't be ignorant to the fact that it breaks continuity, because the only one that you're fooling is yourself. And standing on that hill and defending that hill is tiresome. Why do you want to stay there? So anyways, that's just my little soapbox rant here. And so this basically tells about like what's going on with him and stuff. And let me zoom in here, because even though I have my glasses on, I still can't see, and you guys probably can't see. Crap, I hate when I do that. This is what happens when you don't have a mouse. I have to go the opposite way. There's so much. These insiders are so fun to revisit. And I'm so happy to have some saved on PDF. There we go. All right. So basically, we have an interview with Ewan after the making of Revenge of the Sith. So basically, they say, looking back on the experience as a whole, how does Revenge of the Sith differ from the Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clone? So great question there, because we've been talking a little bit about that. We were going to talk about saber duels from the PT. I'm going to just go ahead and just cancel that. We'll talk about that later, next coffee chat or somewhere down the line. And Ewan says, if anything, it's more like the original trilogy than the other two films. In episode 1, for example, we had a lot of work to do to establish the plot and set up the saga as a whole, such as introducing the ideas of the Senate and the Jedi. Even though we knew what Jedi were, we saw them after their collapse. So we had a lot to show what it was like when they were the Knights of the Galaxy. Episode 2, in turn, was very melodramatic. Now in the latest film, there's non-stop action. So there you go. So it just boggles my mind to read these and hear Ewan talk, even in the making of Revenge of the Sith, on how much George educated him about his character and about the storyline and all this, to now him, ignoring or just passing the fact that there was no duel between Vader and Obi-Wan between E4, 3, and 4 under the table for money. Mind you, he's getting a job. He's like, okay, I'll do what you need me to do. And maybe he had to question, we don't know, but maybe he did question it and they just blew him off. Who knows? Or maybe he's being passive. And in his mind, he's like, that never happened, but whatever, I'm going to reprise my role. And so he takes it just because he wants to reprise his role. Who knows? But to me, it's like, I have a bad feeling about this. Who knows? All right. Will audience have to wait long to see Obi-Wan in action? So we already know some of the stuff here. A lot of great questions. And you've had a significant larger role in the prequels than Alec Guinness in the original trilogy, yet he achieved an iconic status, which is pretty impressive. And so Ewan, and if you watch the making of Revenge of the Sith, Ewan did study a lot of his mannerism, his voice tones, and all this to make sure he could respectfully capture the essence of Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I think for myself, and I think you might agree with me, he did an excellent job. And then there was a face comparison. So they matched Ewan's face over Sir Alex Guinness's. And they did a little documentary on that in the making of Revenge of the Sith. So they crossed them over, and their facial features for the nose, the eyes, the mouth, and stuff nearly lined perfectly. Even though they're not related, they lined perfectly. Their hairstyles aligned perfectly as well for what they needed, and even the looks and stuff. So it was a perfect match. It was a perfect match between the two, and I'm happy with Sir Alec Guinness's impression and what Ewan McGregor has done with it as well, respectfully done with it as well. I'm not saying that he's not going to be respectful about it now. I'm just saying that, I think he just decided to take the money over what George intended. We already know from watching that video clip, he knew what George intended and he knew what was in store. So you guys make your conclusion to that. Go ahead and watch Open Airlock's Policies video on that, and I will share it in the description below as well. And Soul Assassin, if you are still in the chat, please share that link. They can copy that link and save it and watch it. So basically, he says there's enormous amount of fighting. Oh wait, no, wrong one. He says, oh, he's amazing. He's the man. In the prequels, we've been able to learn more about the character, whereas in the original films, Alec was only really in the first half of the first movie. He cropped up in other two a couple of times as a shadowy blue guy. Yet he created his iconic figure that I've grown up knowing. I've been lucky to step into his shoes. So a lot of respect there going on. Let's see here. What else do I want to share with you guys? In Revenge of the Sith, you are actually made to resemble Alec Guinness. Yeah, so that goes into more what I talked about. Let's go to the second page. Boom, and we have them right here. And then thoughts of the series dating back to original films. There have been prevalent father-son relationships, the obvious one being Luke and Vader, but Obi-Wan really played a father figure to Anakin before that. How has that relationship grown through the course of the prequels? Great question here, and I'll go ahead and share it with you. At the end of episode 1, Obi-Wan becomes Anakin's mentor and master. So this is Ewan responding, and there is a fatherly element to it, no question. In episode 2, Obi-Wan is more of a disciplinarian. He always tells Anakin off, and then Anakin is cheeky to him. Yeah, we see that back and forth, which again is very father-son-like. In Revenge of the Sith, we have a more brotherly relationship, but certainly older brother to younger brother. And I refer to Anakin as being like my brother. Their relationship is complete now. You will notice this from the way we deal with situations in battle. We're still joking with one another and looking out for one another. Very often, Anakin is saving my bacon when I am knocked unconscious or whatever, or he steps in to help out when I screwed up. Hayden and I are in the film a lot, and it's nice because we get along so well. So, I mean, this is a great article, and I wanted to go through all of it with you guys, but like I said, my voice and stuff is just not completely healed from being sick. Let's see here. Let's see here. I just want to share one more with you guys. I'm just deciding which one. From your perspective, how do you view Obi-Wan's feelings for Anakin? Or rather, what elements of your character relationship with Anakin evolved from the Phantom Menace to now? It's a great question again. In episode 1, Obi-Wan seems very wary of Anakin as a child, really, only because Obi-Wan made a promise to his dying master, Qui-Gon Jinn. Does he agree to watch after Anakin and turn the wee kid into a Jedi, which he does to the best of his ability? In episode 2, Obi-Wan is very wary of Anakin because I think he really loves him. When Anakin gives into his anger, or shows that his arrogance is getting in the way of him because becoming a Jedi, Obi-Wan is disappointed for Anakin. That's also the fact that Anakin has broken the rules by falling in love with Padme, that they have a relationship, and that she is going to have his child or children, as it turns out. Yeah. So that is some fun stuff there. Let me see here. And I'll go to the very last one here. There's a lot going on here. And the last one, it says, does it cross your mind that you're working with Vader? Looking at, Anakin Skywalker, he's, basically the embodiment of Vader. Later, Vader's the, or Vader has Anakin within him, so we have that flip-flop, I guess you could say, the dark and the light within Anakin. No, I never thought I was working with Vader, because I wasn't. Vader, he wasn't Vader yet, really. Right up to the end, I think Obi-Wan still had hope that Anakin would come back. There we go. Because he did. He'd had a little bit of hope. It's like he was, when he was chatting with Anakin / Vader on Mustafar, and they're having their back and forth, his realization that he can't turn him, or that he is lost, is like, he's like, he basically says, what did he say that made him really change his course? I will do what I must, or something like that. And so there you go. So what do you guys think about the turn of Anakin Skywalker and everything that's going to come up in the new story? Let's see here. I'm going to scroll up to see what's going on here. Let's see here. Y'all disrespect. Poor caffeinated. Y'all be disrespecting my girl Zana. Looking for an actor to not take another shot at his iconic role is a big ask, right? I mean, but when it comes to money and getting your foot back into Hollywood, I mean, but did Ewan really need that getting back into Hollywood moment? And that goes with a little bit, I love them as the characters. I love them, as the actors, as the characters for the Phantom, or the prequel and stuff like that. So I'm not trying to tear them down initially, but I'm just, questioning their respect towards the original creator, and just questioning that as well. Let's see here. Wait a minute. I'm a mod on OG's channel. Does that make me an apprentice? What about awesome one? Are you a re-rifle? Should I say we're doing the one Sith kind of approach on my channel instead of the rule of two? Going to Darth Crate's one Sith? Okay. Let's see here. Something to think about. Got on early enough. I keep missing these coffee chats. Well, I'm glad you're here. We're going to close out here pretty soon. Zana is life. Zana is love. Talon is Sith thought. If Ina doesn't, I hate you. Or Annie, Ina. Jeez. I hate you. Yep. I don't know. Yeah. So I just thought I'd share that. Like I said, oof, what did I do? Get out of the screen here. There we go. There we go. I wish I could have read this whole article with you guys regarding this, but my voice is about ready to go. So there we go. So here we go. Oh, well, I'm so sorry, you guys. But this is the standings now, and I'm leaving it. Oh, wait, nope. It keeps going back and forth. All right, you guys. I want to keep it up a little bit longer. We still have a tie. Zana 39, Talon 39, Lumaya 13, and Vistara at 9%. So, okay, you guys, let's see this. Let's get this going. Who's going to win? We're like, I haven't kept a poll open this long. So we're at the near end. So let's see here. I always have a runny nose. I'm sorry for that. Let's see here. Mary, did you vote yet? Who's your favorite Sith? Hi, my beautiful, lovely friend. Hello. And I was just pumping up. I was just saying that, I was going to talk to you about doing a cosplay of Darth Zana for Caffeinated Wolf. Yeah, somebody break the tie. Somebody break the tie. Let's see here. It says Talon is hot, but Zana is a cooler story. There you go. I agree. I voted for Zana. I vote for Zana as a vote for life, love, and positivity. You think? She's also one of the beginners, like the second line in the Rule of Two in the generations of Rule of Two, if you guys want to call it that. Tie broke. Let's see here. I am so scared. Oh, okay. So Darzana 40%, Lumaya 13%, Vistar Kai 9%, and Dartalon at 38%. All right, so we'll conclude it there since we got extra votes there. Not that I'm trying to sway, because I would have voted Darth Talon. Yeah, I'm sorry. I would have voted Darth Talon, but I didn't vote because I can't. There you go. So there are the standings on that. Now let's chat a little bit longer here. I don't have to read anything whatsoever, and I hate my ears looking naked. So let's talk about Darzana. We know that she basically became the apprentice of Darth Bane, and he's the one that invented the Rule of Two. He realized that the Sith was corrupted within its own self and defeating each other, that they would become extinct by their own fault. And so getting the holocron that has Revan and stuff like that, and learning more about the Sith past really helped him to make that conclusion and help him to create the Rule of Two. Now, I did have a poll on Twitter asking where was the first, or when did we see the thought bomb first, as in what novel, not like what storyline, because we know that the thought bomb, like if you go back in story, that's in the Old Republic era, but where was it mentioned first? And that was Dark Forces, Jedi Knight. So it was Kyle Katarn's destiny to free all those trapped in the thought bomb. Now we know who manipulated Zaan, Z-A-A-N. We all know who manipulated him to go ahead and use a thought bomb. And that basically kind of like defeated the Sith, got rid of the Brotherhood of Darkness, along with the Jedi that were there. And so that thought bomb, overcame all of them. And so we have this continuity going on here. Like I said earlier, continuity matters in Star Wars, right? So you have the thought bomb and that story, the story of Rusan being mentioned, and the thought bomb, like what happened, the aftermath, thousands of years happen and being seen in Dark Forces, Jedi Knight. Oh crap, my hair is tangled up. And I hate messing with this thing. Can you hear me? I pressed that button again. So yeah, so we have that. And then with Kyle Katarn and his destiny, but then we also know that what had happened, and that Bane is the one that manipulated Khan to set off the thought bomb, and he walks away, and then he starts creating the Rule of Two. So there you go. Story in short. Let's see here. Thought bomb. I thought there was. Oh my God, you guys are funny. I'm gonna lose my voice. The thought bomb was freaky to me. What did or what it did to Githany, traumatized little third grade me. And yes, Jedi versus Sith comic. Yes. Yes. Darth Bane, yeah, audiobook. Thank you so much. Not from a Jedi, right? And so there's that story. So those who only know of that story, the thought bomb, how Bane manipulated Zahn to destroy the Sith so he can create the rule of two, in short. You know, that story blossomed from Dark Forces Jedi Knight. And so I thought that was really fun to share that poll and share that story with you guys on Twitter. And I think I need to do so many videos. And I've been wanting, there's a couple videos that's on and ready to be recorded, but my voice is just not cooperating with me very well right now until it fully heals. So stay tuned for that. I'll expand on the thought bomb, where it originated from, how it was used in the past in the Old Republic to create the rule of two. There you go. A little bit of history there. So I just thought I'd share that with you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. Thank you guys so much. We didn't get to touch up on anything that dealt with the duel in the prequel trilogy. I wanted to share that. That is an extensive story within itself. It's like the training that the actors had to go through for that. And then also talk about the duels of the past Jedi when they're in their prime versus duel in the OT, where, we don't see as much flashy moves and stuff. And just, elaborate on that. Great stream. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And please hit the like button. Yes. And then Mary says, love you, Laura. And they love you too, darling. Yeah. So again, you guys, so stay tuned for next week's coffee chat. You guys are amazing as always. And always, I'm always there for you guys. You want to chat Star Wars, need to know where to start or know about a story or how to purchase a book without the Legends label, what have you. Stay tuned for more EU shorts. I can't wait to have those shorts coming up for you guys as well. And as always, you're going to hear me talk about continuity when it comes between the classical Star Wars and Disney Star Wars. That's just what I do. So stay tuned for that, especially as we come closer to Kenobi. And again, Thursday on Raging Rhino channel, I will be on there with an amazing panel. Myself, Ryan, Wilkins, Anna, and Raging Rhino. We're going to discuss the Kenobi novel, so come join us. If you guys haven't read it, I still say join us, because even though you're going to hear about the story, I still recommend it. So because it's the experience. The story in itself is an experience. So even if stuff gets spoiled for you, still read it, still come and join us. You'll learn a lot about Obi-Wan Kenobi during that time frame. So thank you guys so much for tuning in with me this morning and going through my little hiccups with my voice and stuff. You guys are appreciated always. Again, those channel members who jumped on, you will have a chance. You'll be put in to win a copy of this painting right here. I have to get it copied. This is the original, and I taped it down, but it's still warped. It's a new paper. I tried. Not very impressed with it, but you'll get a copy of this. A chance to win a copy of Yoda. And I think I'm going to put him on for merch as well. So stay tuned for that. But I won't do that until after maybe, I don't know. But stay tuned for merch of Yoda coming out as well. So thank you guys again for joining me, and may the Force be with you.